don't even have our mics on. I don't know what we're doing.
We don't need our mics on for this. We're good.
Hopefully we are good. We don't have our mics on, so that definitely limits us. I don't know what we're doing. We're so, I think, what is it called? Jet lagged. You have slept for hours and hours today.
I haven't.
He just got up from a nap before the muster drill. So we are getting used to Europe, right? We are coming from the United States, but we are in Greece, and we are so excited. It's funny that you made a video about not going to Greece during this time.
I know.
Right before we are going to Greece at this time.
I thought about it. I thought about that. I was like, I just said Greece is not the time. Don't go in the summer. And here we are in the summer in Greece. But actually, it has not been as hot this month as it was in June when we came a couple of years ago. I feel like the heat was so much more intense in June than it was here in August. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say the other thing about this is that we are on a cruise that we could not say no to. We could not just refuse just because of the time of the year. And when we get an opportunity to come on board a cruise ship, sometimes we don't get to pick when the opportunity is.
That's true.
And sometimes the reason we're on the ship is because it may be not the right time to go on the ship, if that makes sense. We are with Crystal in regards to a FAM rate. That is what travel agents call familiarization trips. This is all about us learning about Crystal as much as possible by taking a Crystal cruise.
Sometimes they call them seminar at seas. Sometimes they call them cruise and learn. So it's all about coming on board and learning what there is to learning everything there is to learn on the ship. And already I can tell that it's going to be an amazing cruise, but there is going to be so much education and information this week. And that's great because we don't know the ultra luxury cruise market like we want to. So when we got the opportunity, which just came to us a few weeks ago, we put this trip together super last minute. Jared looked at me and he was like, we can't say no to this. I was like, you're right. We can't say no to this. Because unfortunately, we've had to say no to some other invitations like this before.
Yeah, and of course, this is not free. This is still paid for, but it is at a reduced rate as we are working on this trip and training. So, with that,
should we say hi to some people?
Yes.
All right. And thank you so much for joining us again. This is our 100th cruise, which I can't even believe that. I do want to reminisce and think back over some of our best cruise memories during this live.
Did we even say that? I mean, it's on the title of the thumbnail, and if you caught our Instagram and Facebook, we already noted that this is our 100th cruise, but yes, we are embarking on our 100th cruise with Crystal.
Yes.
Well, not with This is our 100th cruise, but obviously our first with Crystal.
How appropriate. The first person in the chat was Crystal B. Cruisin'.
I love it.
Hey, Crystal.
From one Crystal to another.
Hello to you. We got Yolanda here. Hello.
Hey, Yolanda.
Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Kathy W. Hey, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Brian Unanchored is here. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
We've got Emily and Chris. Hello, hello. Brian Mack. Hello. Life with V is here.
I think it's Emmeline.
Hey, Life with V. Oh, Emmeline. I'm so sorry. I was reading the names really
Life
fast.
With V. Hello, hello. Andrew's in the house as well as Caitlin Barr. Hello, Caitlin.
Hi, Kate.
And there's so many other people joining us here. I know it's in the morning. I know we don't ever do this, but if you don't know, Greece is 7 hours different than where we come from in the United States, which is the East Coast. So it's even longer of a distance for those that are on the West Coast of the US. But we know that we have an international worldwide audience. So hopefully this is not just in the morning for everyone. Maybe it's for the afternoon or maybe even the evening for some of our other friends abroad.
All around the world. Thank you for joining us. Hello to Pam and Kathy and Jane. Sarah Richards says, say hi to my mom, please. Is your mom on the ship? If so, we'll have to seek her out. There is only about 600 people on these ships, so they
we don't know
them.
We don't know the.
Well, no, sorry. There's room for about 600 people on the ship. I don't know the exact number of the people sailing this week.
Yes, capacity is just over 600 people, but we don't know exactly how many are on board this one. In fact, I think it's less than that because I know that this is not the peak time to sail in Greece. It is and it isn't, right? There's a lot of people here because it's summertime, but of course, like we said, weather is not ideal ideal to be cruising during this time just because of the heat. If you're good with the heat, you're good.
Dana says, where are we headed next?
Ooh.
So on this cruise, so this is a cruise throughout Greece. Tomorrow we are at Nafplion.
Yeah, and we are out of Athens. I don't know if we said that.
That's
it's a
true.
round trip out of Athens,
Yes.
Greece, which we love Athens. We've been to Athens multiple times. But yeah, Nafplion is one of the one going. Actually, I think we're saying that wrong. I think it's Nafplio.
Nafplion? I know, we were with a taxi driver who was trying to tell us how to say all these ports.
So sorry in advance. We might not be pronouncing it right. We're sorry about that, but we're trying to learn. Nafplio.
Then we go to Rhodes.
Mykonos, Rhodes, Kuşadası, which is in Turkey.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to think where else we go.
Patmos.
Patmos.
And Heraklion. Or do we go to
not
Heraklion?
We go one other place. We are in Kuşadası for 2 days, an overnight, which is going to be great. We can't wait to experience the nightlife in Turkey. We know that it's definitely a really cool place, but we've never been able to do an overnight there yet. A lot of cruise ships do overnights in Istanbul, but doing it in Kuşadası is definitely one that I don't see all the time.
That was one of our favorite ports when we went on an itinerary that was a little bit different from this about 1.5 years ago, and we loved that port.
Yes.
So much to see. That's where Ephesus is.
Yes.
If you're familiar with that area, it's an area that has been completely excavated. That's the word. Excavated, and they've undercovered this entire city from thousands and thousands of years ago.
Yeah,
so,
they've
very
uncovered
cool.
a lot there. But I haven't even said it yet, but if you're in the chats, please give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We don't go live as much as we used to, so I'm forgetting the basics here of going live. And one of them is, if you like it, give a thumbs up because it helps us and it's free. If you're there and you don't see yourself subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. We are getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers.
We are.
Maybe to match the 100th cruise. I don't think we're going to get 13,000 on this live, but we're on our way, and hopefully we'll get there here soon.
Yes, I just have to echo what you just said, because I can't even believe we're only 13,000 away.
Yeah.
It has felt like, I feel like that 100,000, and it's just a number, right? It's just a number. But it's a number that everyone strives to hit, and I can't believe that we're kind of seeing that finish line, but it's not a finish line. It's
Let's just say milestone.
Just a milestone. That's a much better way to call it. Lisa from Michigan is here. Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Andrew says, love all your videos. Looking forward to seeing how you like Greece. It's going to be hot.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Definitely going to be
is.
hot. Thanks so much for all those giving the thumbs up. Yes, it's going to be hot, but I was going to say on top of that, we've been to Greece multiple times, but we haven't been to all of the ports that we're going on this one. For example, tomorrow is brand new to us. Rhodes is brand new to us as well. And I think we have 2 more that are new to us as well on this trip. It's like 3 or 4 ports that are brand new to us.
Yeah.
So we're excited. Even though we love Greece and have been here, we love Greece, and we are excited to explore more of Greece.
We've got Edna's World here. Hello,
Hey,
Edna. And we've got Q's Cruisers in the chat.
Thanks for
hey,
joining
thanks
us,
for being
Q's.
here. Q's Cruisers are wonderful moderators.
Yes,
we appreciate
thank
you.
Thank you. All those, by the way, are also great channels. If you don't know,
Yes.
go subscribe to their channels as well. We love all of them there. Life with V's also was earlier as well. Edna's World and Q's Cruisers, all of which are great YouTube channels out there as well.
Yes, we got Cruise Cabanas here. Hello, hello. Great
Hello.
ports. What a wonderful way to bring in 100. I know. And we didn't even plan it that way. This just so happened to work out the way that it did. And so we were like, wow, we gotta make this a little bit of a celebration
I know.
when we're doing this first type of cruise.
I don't think we're gonna pop it, but we have some champagne.
Jared
ready.
has the champagne ready.
What is it? What is champagne?
Jacquard. Is it cold?
Jacquard. Yeah.
It is cold.
It's
Wow.
cool. It's from the what's it called? The ice bucket.
Something that we're not very used to, and we're gonna show you around this room, okay?
Yes.
Because this room is
Incredible.
mind blowing.
It's a Sapphire suite. So if you're someone that's not familiar with Crystal, or you are, Sapphire suites are the kind of modernized suites on Crystal Symphony since the restart of Crystal.
They took this ship and renovated, like hyper renovated it. They took it down to its studs, and for most of the rooms, they combined 2 staterooms into one.
Yeah.
So you'll kind of see when we take you through the suite how they did that. Super creative. You'd never know that unless you knew that info. Right before we were getting ready for the live and setting up, I looked behind me, and I totally missed this. These are live orcas. Like, they're real. I've never had an orca in my... I probably sound so stupid to anyone out in the hallway that's listening, but I'm used to maybe a single rose.
Wait, as if there's like tons of people just listening to us in the hallway. Like, there's probably no one. Maybe our butler. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
That's the other thing that comes with the suites, butler service. Which is amazing to have a butler. We haven't obviously utilized a butler in the past, so we look forward to this 7 nights actually utilizing a butler. We have a mini bar. We'll show some of the assets or the amenities here, but a mini bar that's complimentary, and we kind of put whatever we want in there. Just ask for it. It's a unique experience because it's not something that is known to us. Luxury, ultra luxury cruises are not something that I would say either of us have really done before. We've done a river cruise,
and we've taken some trainings on certain brands.
We know those cruises, but we haven't experienced.
Yeah, we don't have the lived experience, which is something that we're really focused on. We did have a butler one other time on.
Oh, you were correct.
Celebrity
we did have
Solstice.
one more. We did have one butler.
And that was a positive experience. But what's interesting is, kind of like Alaska and kind of like this, it's very port intensive. So like we're off the ship so much. So it's not like we're like going to be on the ship, relaxing, being like, bring me. Actually, the first time I ever did have a butler was with Nancy. And that butler did bring me macaroni and cheese like 3 times during the cruise.
Well, I was going to say, when we were on Solstice, that was right when they changed it to more of like a butler team.
That's true.
So it wasn't a true butler experience for me, but you did have a butler with Nancy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that is true. Anyways, fun experiences. It's always fun to have someone there that is just there to really pamper you and get you whatever you need.
The funny thing is, I always said the first time I have a butler, I'm going to have them unpack for us. And I completely forgot that till right now because I totally unpacked while Jordan was taking a nap, and I could have asked the butler to do it.
I was thinking about that too. I could like hear, because there's a curtain that separates the bedroom and the living room, and I could hear him unpacking, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have to do that. But it's okay. Dana says, let us know how the food and the entertainment is on the ship.
Yes.
So y'all, we have heard that the food is absolutely off the chains here on Crystal.
I think that's in their branding too. They promote it as being food off the chains.
Well, yeah.
No, we have heard that the food is amazing. For example, this is one of the only ships out there in the world, and I think the only cruise line that has a Nobu restaurant on board the ship, which we are so excited. I think it's Umi Uma.
And
I haven't been yet. But
that is not a restaurant we would typically go to on land, just because.
Well, I mean, I would love to, but we haven't been yet.
Yeah. Just because they're very high end. There's only a few of them in the world, but they're in big cities or like entertainment capitals. Like there's one in Las Vegas, I know.
Yeah.
There's one in New York. There's one they just opened one in Chicago recently.
I mean, I would love to go. We've definitely done some higher end restaurants, but we have never been to Nobu, and I think that is something that I'm looking forward to on this cruise, and we already have reservations later this week, so stay tuned. If you're not familiar with this channel, welcome. Definitely give that thumbs up if you haven't already, but I was going to say here, the main thing is that we will try to put as much on Instagram of our day-to-day as well, so if you want to follow us more of in a vlog sense, go ahead and join us on Instagram. That's at Cruise with JJ on Instagram. So you can look that handle up. And whenever you see our face in the corner, that profile picture, just go ahead and click it. And that will be our stories. And that will be what's happening today on Crystal.
Kate says, Nobu, live in the boo.
Right?
I know. I'm very excited to eat there.
Drinks are all included. So you just go to any bar and order off the menu. You don't have to worry about a card or anything. Like, I didn't even have to give my CPass card. It was just like, here you go. That was it.
Outside of my welcome champagne, I haven't had anything to drink yet.
This is the first drink I've gotten. So maybe it's different. Maybe that was a miss. But from what I see, it's just Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that does make sense. It's an all-inclusive situation.
Yeah.
So you come on board, you have a drink package, you have a Wi-Fi package, your gratuities are included in your fare. So everything, they're definitely not nickel and diming you when you get on the ship.
No, they're not.
Which is wonderful. That's very lovely. There is a comment here that I wanted. Great question for both of us. Is there a way to make YouTube feel like a hobby and not a stressful job?
Ooh.
Filming is fun, but I hear editing can be a nightmare.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. You can choose YouTube as a hobby, or you can choose it as a job or a career. It honestly
That's a good
goes
answer.
hand in hand with what you choose. If you choose it as a job or a career, you kind of have to deal with the stresses, kind of the consistency, the need to do high quality, and that's what we've chosen. Obviously, that's why we pursued this career, and on top of that, we're travel agents that work hand in hand with it.
Yes.
So it's worked really well because we are already loving cruising. We're obsessed with cruising. Might as well book people on the cruises we fall in love with, so that we know that they will also fall in love with those cruise ships and those cruise lines. When it comes to a hobby, though, that's when you can post whenever. If you're really excited for a trip or really excited for an event, you can vlog it, you can film it, and then worry about the editing when you have time to. And not even worry about it. Just do when you're excited to, you're happy to. Then you don't have to worry about it. But when you do that, you won't receive the engagement back. And that's the key. You
Yeah.
cannot be upset if only a couple people watch it, or people aren't engaged with it and commenting on it. That is what we have found. So it's a great question, and it's one that I know a lot of people deal with. Of what should I do? Should I still stay consistent, work hard for this channel, or should I make it the hobby that I initially wanted it to be?
Yeah, it is. That's a really, really good answer, and I definitely agree with what Jared said. I think that if you do choose it as a job, any job comes with challenges.
Yeah.
And so, of course, editing, it's a challenge. And there are some days that you are pulling your hair out while you're editing. There's other days, though, that it goes easy.
Yeah.
And, it's not that bad.
Right.
So,
But perfect example, tomorrow, ideally, if everything goes well with Wi-Fi and all that, which I expect it to, tomorrow we are planning to release a video that you have been editing for weeks, technically.
That's true. Technically, I have been editing this video for weeks. So it's our final big full review of Villa V, which is going to be coming out hopefully tomorrow, but it is fully edited. But yeah, it was one of those videos. Our massive reviews takes about 40 hours to edit, and because of the travel agency work now, I can't always do that in 1 week. Sometimes I have to spread it out. Sometimes it takes a long time. So I know there's some people on the internet that's been like, JJ Cruz, where the heck is that review? It's coming. It's just it just took a really, really long time to edit that video.
Yeah.
And we put a lot of TLC into it.
I just see a question coming in from Larry Fine, and Larry, thank you so much. You did it perfectly. If anyone else out there wants to ask us a question,
Yes.
do it just like Larry. Put in all caps question and then the question, and we will get to your question. And by the way, thank you so much for everyone giving the thumbs up.
Larry's question is, what was the most fun or surprising positive experience that you've had being recognized in public?
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Something that was surprising. Okay, I'll do a surprising one. Okay.
Yes.
A surprising one, and it was fun, was when we were recognized for the first time by Captain Kate. And she had said that she had been following us, and her mom had been following us as well. We had no clue because we'd been following Captain Kate for years. Super fans of Captain Kate. And so that was really surprising when we got on board and she knew who we were.
Yeah.
That was it was shocking.
I think that takes the cake. I agree with that answer. That is definitely the biggest answer. I will say one of the other surprising or funny or fun ones is that actually in our local community.
Oh yeah, this is a fun one.
We went to Olive Garden and we're just gonna go grab soup, salad, and breadsticks at our local Olive Garden, and the hostess knew who we were by our videos and kind of geeked out a little bit, which we loved. We talked cruising, and then we finally got to our table, but we were having a ball before we even got to the soup, salad, and breadsticks.
That was a fun one. Yeah, there's just some of those moments where you never expect that someone's gonna. we get recognized a lot more in airports
Yeah.
now. We never used to get recognized in airports, and so that always takes me by surprise. It always reminds me to have a smile on my face.
Travel days can be stressful, and no one knows what people have been through, but yes.
But it's good. Like, I remember one of the first times it happened, there was a really sweet couple. They were going on their honeymoon, and they were like, "Thank you so much. You don't even know. You helped us with our honeymoon, and you don't even know it." So it's things like that that are just very touching.
Yeah.
Remind us that, like, there is bigger. I'm a very big believer that there's purpose in what you do beyond what you see.
Right.
And I think that is true for no matter what job you have.
Absolutely.
You can have any job in this world, and there is more purpose behind it than you will ever know.
Absolutely.
And so that can give you a little bit of pride in what you do. And again, it doesn't matter what you do. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Christy says, I've killed every orchid that I've tried to grow. How are they keeping these alive?
Right?
I have no idea.
Maybe a horticulture. I mean, there's somebody on this cruise ship that's maintaining these plants, and I'm impressed because I'm the same way. I do not have a green thumb.
Winnie is going on her first cruise at the end of August, praying for no
Amazing.
issues. I've been watching way too many disaster cruises.
You know what? The disaster cruises are so entertaining or so intriguing because they're so rare.
They are so rare.
So do not worry. The reason why they are, noted is because that's not expected.
Yes, you're gonna have a great time. And if anything goes wrong, you just go with the flow and you keep cruising, right?
Absolutely.
But it is rare.
We just came for our muster drill, and it's always fun to go through that again to like remember all of the steps. And like even like things that you like remember because you didn't like catch the first time or the 7th time or the 20th time. Like for example, they said grab the life if you see someone go overboard. Obviously you yell "man overboard" and you point at that person or the direction where they're
and
at.
you keep pointing.
But the one thing that I remembered once they said it is that you also see if there's a life ring around and throw it to them because that could also save a life. So like those kinds of things are things that are good to know. That's why it's always important to pay attention to your muster's drill, whether it's on your phone or outside. But yes,
there's so many comments that have come in, and I'm so sorry that we haven't seen all of them, but because they're just scrolling so fast. But thank you so much for everyone that's congratulating us on 100 cruises.
Cheers to that.
Yes, I've just got some water here, but cheers.
Waking up from a nap, hydrating.
Listen,
and
I'm just
hydrating in my own way with a swizzle.
But thank you to everyone who's coming in. Thank you to Joanne, Monica, to Nikki. Hello, Nikki. To Milestone. Thank you for all of the well wishes.
Yes, thank
Marjorie says, you deserve a star recognition. You both have great presence, and your honest integrity and joy shine through the screen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, that's so nice of you to say.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I think there's like 41 people that have not given a thumbs up yet. I believe we can get over 100 thumbs up here in the next 5 minutes. So if you haven't yet, please give a thumbs up. We appreciate it. It does more than you know. Helps get our channel out to new people that love cruising just like you.
Here is a question from Caitlin Barr.
Ooh.
Out of 100 cruises, what has been your most memorable?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a great question. I love that question. Thank you for asking that. There are the most memorable was probably our very first group cruise.
Oh, okay.
Because for those of you that don't remember, and some of you have been around here this long, there was terrible storms in the Midwest. Every single flight was canceled. We could not get a flight out of Chicago, out of Indiana. We looked at Detroit, Michigan, could not get a flight out, and we drove overnight to the port, and we got to the hotel that we already had booked. The night before, we slept for an hour.
We used that hotel for 1 hour.
We used the hotel for one. We were like, we paid for this hotel. We're using it for 1 hour. Yeah. We went there, we slept for 1 hour, and then we went on that cruise. And it was a very special cruise. Yeah. Very special. So that is one that sticks out.
I love that. I'm glad you said a group cruise because all of our group cruises are so memorable. So I'm going to try to do one that's not a group cruise just because I could say all the group cruises are very memorable. For me, there was our very first. Was it our first Celebrity Edge transatlantic?
I knew that was the one you were going to say.
That one was incredible. We just had one of the most I think moments with the ocean and with cruising, if you have never done a transatlantic or a repositioning cruise that has so many sea days together, I know our group that went on the Hawaii group cruise finally got to experience that repositioning where you had 4 sea days together or more. It is just, it's something different. You know, I recommend it for so many people that love cruising to take that step and do a repositioning cruise of some sort, because it is just magical. Also, the people on board are truly cruise lovers that want to have a good time. They're not the ones that get on and complain or yell at crew. Like, they typically are those people you want to be cruising with. We met some of our best friends that we've ever had in our entire life from that cruise, and it was really cool.
That was an amazing cruise. That was. So there's so many. I could pick out so many different ones. I could pick out some funny ones. I could pick out some bad ones.
There's been some bad ones,
Yeah.
Nothing that we aren't thankful that we did,
Yes, absolutely.
but thankful we're no longer doing.
And when I say bad ones, we've never been on a bad cruise,
Right.
but we've encountered some bad cruisers.
Bad cruisers, and we have been on one bad cruise.
I'm
My
trying
first cruise.
Oh, Jared's first cruise. That was a bad cruise. That was a bad cruise. We got food poisoning.
That's on our Patreon channel.
Yes. Let's see here.
Oh my gosh, I just looked at, thank you so much. We're only 13 away, so if you
Yes.
haven't, thank you. But oh my gosh, that just jumped. Thank you so much.
Kat, who was on that group cruise, says that was a nightmare. Liz and I also almost didn't make it. Everyone's flights were delayed and people were getting diverted. I think everyone made it from our group.
I think so.
But yeah, it was definitely a little bit scary. Jane was there as well. She's in the chat.
Yes. It did pay off. I agree. It was like one of those things that at the time I was like, are we doing the right thing? Like, are we even going to be present for the people on the ship by doing this overnight? And yes, the energy was high that cruise.
It was.
Sure.
Yep, and Crystal was there. Crystal says that was my very first group cruise.
Yes.
Here is a question.
Ooh.
For international flights, do you recommend using a coordinator for booking business/first class travel?
Ooh.
That's a tough question.
It's a tough question. Typically for flights in general, we always recommend you go direct with the flights. Don't put a middleman in there. And why do we say that? Because if you are the person that gets canceled, you want to be the first person to be able to call immediately, get rebooked on the next flight or the one that works for you. And when you have a middleman in there involved, you have to wait on them. Now, there are some services out there, for example, going through a cruise line. If you're booking a flights through a cruise line, they typically redo all of that for you, so you don't have to worry about it. However, the problem we can see with some cruise lines, not all, some cruise lines is their flights program to begin with. Just how they work it, maybe they don't give you the right pass or really long flight pass or wrong seats or bad seats. Maybe they don't even keep you together as a family if you have multiple staterooms. So just be careful of booking a flights program. But why you probably said this as well, if you're going to do first class in business, that might be a different level. That might be something that if you're booking with a coordinator, that might be worth it as long as that's what they focus on. Don't just use a regular travel agent, use a coordinator for that.
At the end of the day, when you are at the airport, if you have an issue with your flight, you want to be able to contact the airline. You don't want to have to wait on someone else to be contacting the airline, especially if you're international. That means you might be in a totally different time zone, the middle of the night, or the coordinator that you're working with may be in the middle of the night. So you always want to be able to work with the airline directly.
We had a great time with Mayflower Cruises and Tours for Emerald.
We did. They were good.
There was a canceled flight. We had, and I think some of them are in the chats right now. When their flight was canceled, they called the emergency line. They were rebooked. It was seamless. So there's definitely goods and bad programs out there.
Here's a question from Alex, which we mentioned it just a couple minutes ago, but I will say it again. Why have you not posted any new videos of your time on Villa V?
Ooh.
It's just strictly been timing. So we went from Villa V to spending about 2.5 weeks with family. We were on an Alaska cruise with my family. Then we were in Nebraska with Jared's family. And we really, really unplugged during those 2.5 weeks to be with our families. Family time is too short nowadays, just because we're traveling all the time. So when we are with family, we focus on family. And then the couple of weeks after that, I've been editing our huge review of Villa V.
Which should be coming out tomorrow.
Should be coming out
Wi-Fi
tomorrow.
And everything pending. We still have to do some work on the back end. But ideally, it'll be out tomorrow at 12:30. So join us for that. That is something that we are excited to put out there because, as you know, and maybe you don't, but we want to make it completely clear here. We were invited by Villa V, but it was completely without any payment. There was no contract as in what we can and cannot say. So this is our true, full, honest review, the good, bad, and the ugly. So if you are somebody that wants to get kind of an unbiased take at this, if you want to look at this with someone that does not have any kind of parameters on what we can and cannot say, that is what you'll want to watch tomorrow. It is a lengthy but a good core. I mean, it tells you pretty much everything you want to know before you book or rent onboard Villa V.
We go over it all.
All.
What's the best win you've ever hit in a casino in 100 cruises?
Ooh, you know what? I think one of the best ones, maybe it's not the best one, but one of the best ones was right before the pandemic, and it honestly saved us. We did not know the pandemic was coming. We had quit our jobs and we were going to do cruising full time, and we just left corporate America, and so we had some extra money to go cruising. Well, once we found out that we were no longer going to be able to cruise anymore, on our last final cruise ship, we played a little heavier than we usually do.
We did.
And it paid off, and we got a really nice hand pay. Hand pay is anything over $1,200. So if you're somebody out there to know that, we definitely got over $1,200 on that cruise, and it was perfect timing because, lo and behold, we were stuck at home for months and months on end. So it was really helpful, especially being unemployed.
It was. Luke 18, I'm sorry that I've seen you post a couple of times. Luke says, thanks for helping me and my wife book our 2 upcoming cruises, Radiance in April and Allure in June, and thanks for answering all of our questions. I'm sorry that we didn't get to your comment till now,
I'm so sorry, yes.
Thank you for booking with us. To everybody that books with us, we are so appreciative.
Yes, and thank you, Luke. That's exactly what you should do. It goes through so fast, so if we don't read your comment or question, feel free to repost it and we'll get to it. Totally, I'm glad that you did that.
But thank you so much for booking with us, and I'm so glad that you've had a good experience as well.
And if anyone else wants to book, maybe Crystal, because already we're loving it, go to jjcruise.com, fill out our booking form with all passenger information if you can, especially dates of birth or ages. That can really help with pricing for certain cruise lines.
True. Simply AJ says, I'm really looking forward to that review.
Yes.
Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Elizabeth says, hey, JJ, I've missed you both so much. I've been so busy. I hope you have a great cruise.
Thank you
so much, Elizabeth. It's so good to see you in here.
It's been some time, so we are so glad to see you here.
Yes.
Definitely one of the OGs of the channel and a true supporter and a subscriber for life. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Elizabeth, you've been around, because I know you were all up in our lives when we were going live every single day back in the summer of 2021.
And the restart too.
Yes. So thank you so much. It's so good to see you in here. Here's a question from Monica. Do we know if Scarlet Night and Halloween Night are on the same night on our upcoming Virgin cruise?
Yes, we have a Virgin Voyages group cruise. I'm sure there are still cabins available, so if you want to join, reach out to us, fill out that booking form, and we'll get you booked. It is over Halloween. We have not confirmed yet, right?
We have heard that might be the case, but we do not have confirmation on it yet. So stay tuned.
If you want to bring both, you can, or if you just want to put them together, you can do that too.
True. Think of a red Halloween costume.
I'm already guessing there's a lot of devils going to be on that ship.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Linda Dennis says, hello, gentlemen. Nice surprise catching you live today. You're both looking good. Thank you.
Aw, thank you.
Here is a question from our happy place today with Carol and Dave. Hello. Question. What is your favorite airline for international travel?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh, the best airline for international travel that we have been on, I think you would agree, is probably Qatar.
Yeah, Qatar was great.
Qatar was the best one. We flew in, I think economy.
Did we? We might have.
And it was super nice.
It was. I will say that we've done a plethora at this point, and most of them have been pretty good, pretty solid. I will say that we prefer this. We actually look for this for airlines that have obviously best rate, but if they have 2-seaters. Sometimes that's a two-seater in economy, and we found that with oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name now. But what was the one of the first international flights we did? My seat actually
Turkish Airlines.
Turkish Airlines, and that was actually, we thought it was going to be horrible because the price was low and we had the last two seats in the plane, and overall it was a great flight. So you can really find budget as well as more premium airlines. But yeah, I agree with you, Qatar.
Yeah, that has definitely been our best. But we've had good experiences with.
We haven't done Emirates yet, right?
We flew Emirates.
Was it Emirates?
We just
that
flew
we just
Emirates in December.
That was good as well. That was the one in December. Yes,
we had a good experience with
well.
Emirates. We had a good experience flying in United. I will say, the experiences that we have not had a great experience, or the lines that we've not had a great experience with, is Aer Lingus. We did not have a great flight with them.
Unfortunately.
And then didn't have a great experience with American Airlines. But listen, American Airlines is one of the top airlines between US and Europe. Like, there's so many options, and
we'll fly it again.
We are flying American again. I think we already have tickets bought for another flight.
What was the one in Japan? The Japan one that
United?
No. Japan, the cheap one, the budget one.
Oh, Zip Air.
Zip Air was unfortunate. I would say it's worth it if you're gonna have to do something on a budget and it's gonna get you there, as long as you're fine with that. But like, I would bring, and we don't say this ever, but I would say bring a mask, because that airline, we had coughing all around us, just like sickness all around us.
The seats are so tight.
The seats were so tight.
Here's the thing though, you can fly from the west coast of the United States to Japan for like $250.
Yeah, it's cheap. And that's why
cheap.
It's like one of those things, like I said, if it is a make or break of you going to Japan, do it. If you're gonna go on a Japan cruise and you just need to get there, do it. But it is not one we would recommend for any other reason.
Yeah, you gotta buckle up.
Elizabeth just sent our first super sticker of the live. I love it. Ready?
And congratulations to Elizabeth, because Elizabeth said, yes, I've graduated college and I'm now teaching. I'm going to be on here more. That is amazing, Elizabeth.
Oh, that's so great.
Congratulations.
Let us know what you were teaching. If there's a subject area or anything like that, we'd love to hear it. That's so great. My mom is a teacher as well, or was a previous teacher.
And your mom is in here.
Oh, hello, Mom.
Your mom says, hi, guys. I'm excited to hear about this special 100 cruise. Love you guys.
Oh, thanks
for
Mom.
being here.
But we love our teachers.
We do love our teachers.
Oh, wow. And it takes a special human to handle the smallest humans at school. So
that is true.
Thank you so much for doing what you do. Teachers do not get paid enough, but they do the Lord's work, as we say. But that is so great to be able to be with all those kindergartners.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
The Ralph and Rita show says, good morning from Vegas. Yes, it's really early there.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining here. And Weather in Low 78 says, hello, how are you doing?
Good.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're a little jet lagged, but we're doing good.
We're doing good. And even with the jet lag, it's just the timing of stuff. That's it. It's normal. We got here 2 days early, so we will be over it probably by tomorrow.
We should be almost over it.
Yeah.
Shalini is here. Hello. Hey guys, nice to see you. Red Halloween costumes. Little Red Riding Hood.
There you go. That's another good red one.
I like that one. Here's a question from the Wu-Tang Life. If you have a VPN and Wi-Fi on the ship, can you watch Netflix, Prime, NFL, Ticket, Red Zone, just like you were at home?
Mostly, no.
Yeah.
I will say we have rarely found a ship that will let you plug in and stream. There are some of the newer modern ships. I know some of the latest Edge class has streaming capabilities without plugging in. It's just on the TV. We haven't looked at the TV here yet, but we do know that VPN / other kind of, apps and devices and things that you have, even websites on your phones and on your laptops, are blocked or restricted.
Yeah.
And it's for good reason. They don't want people to suffer from a really low Wi-Fi status because someone's streaming, 24/7.
It's to try and help everyone get decent Wi-Fi so that someone's not sucking it all up. I will say it's different on every cruise line.
It is.
Every single cruise line you go on, we have found, this might work over here, but this doesn't work over here.
We
so
always
it just depends on
recommend
the cruise
downloading
line.
before you go. Download it so you have it on an iPad or laptop or wherever you mean to maybe watch it. Maybe you'll be able to stream something that's downloaded, but in general, if you're streaming, you won't be able to do that.
Luke 18 says, question, does getting a guaranteed room put you at risk for getting bumped off the cruise if they overbook? Okay, this is a good question.
Good question.
I have heard other travel agents and other vloggers say that that is a risk. In my cruising career and my travel agency career, I have never seen that happen. I have seen overbooks happen. We've been a part of that.
Yep.
And I have seen cruise lines offer things to people saying like, hey, if you want to cruise later, we'll give you all your money back and you can cruise for free the next time. I've seen those things happen a few times. I know Royal has had some issues with that on Navigator of the Seas. I've never heard of someone getting bumped and saying you can't cruise. Have you ever heard of that?
I was going to say, I've only heard of it, not experienced it with any of my clients, but I've heard of it, and it's always on the mainstream, the biggest lines out there that are the cheapest prices. So meaning that, like, you know, the Carnivals, the Royals, those are the ones that I've heard it happening to ever. And it's usually still after they've done everything possible when they overbook or oversold a cruise ship, when no one wants to move, no one wants to give up anything, then those people may be pushed off. It's so rare.
It's so rare.
I would not book a guaranteed cabin just because of that.
Yeah.
There's so many other reasons not to book a guaranteed cabin, but if you are really okay with a cabin anywhere on the ship, could be noisy, it could have a lot of motion, it could be a connecting cabin, whatever it may be. If you're fine with that, then don't not book it just because you're worried you're going to get kicked
and
out.
I will say this too. Jared and I cruise all the time, right?
Yeah.
So
We've done that.
we book tons of guaranteed rooms for ourselves because we are always trying to be as budget conscious as possible. We don't recommend guaranteed rooms, but we do it all the time because we cruise all the time, and it's not like we're cruising once a year and, you know, we have to have a great room location.
Right.
No, if we get a bad room location, we'll move on. We've never, ever been bumped off a ship.
No, and I was going to say, that is the key here, is that Jane even said it too, is that a lot of times, if they don't have you more in that category, they have to bump you up.
Yes.
That is still rare. Don't do it because you think you're going to get bumped up. I get that all the time. That is unlikely to happen, but it does happen sometimes. It's only when every single ship or every single category is sold out and no one wants to move to another sailing, then that can be the worst case.
Yes. Kat, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you,
Kat says,
Kat.
debating a quick solo Memorial Day out of Port Canaveral, Utopia versus MSC Yacht Club. I am torn. Ooh, it depends on the experience you want.
Yeah.
Do you want, like, Yacht Club is going to be more luxury. It's going to be quieter within the ship. Utopia is a party. It's a little chaotic. It's fun chaos.
It's fun, yeah.
But it's a chaotic energy. You got to weigh what type of Memorial Day weekend you want.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Yeah, I highly recommend, if you want a party for Memorial Day, do Utopia. If you want to relax, maybe the job is getting really stressful around that time and you know it's going to happen, then book the Yacht Club. But both are not going to be ones that you're going to be disappointed in unless you're expecting the wrong thing.
Monica says, turning in my resignation letter next week, so more group cruises, please.
Exciting.
Yay.
Congrats.
Monica, we're so happy for you.
Yes.
That is amazing.
That is so great.
Your next chapter begins. And listen, if it begins with a lot more cruises with us, that's great.
Yes, yes.
We love our group cruises.
I just want to say thank you because I never said it when we passed it. I noticed it, but you were talking and I didn't want to interrupt you. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up. We're over
thank you.
The initial goal of 100 thumbs up, so thank you so much.
Let's see here. Question from Fiona. Are you being charged the fee for visiting Mykonos? Is it added to your onboard account? Have a great 100th cruise. Thank you.
Ooh, thank you for this question.
So we believe that since we booked this very last minute, that was already wrapped up in what we've paid already. We have not received any word that we have to pay anything extra.
Yeah, so what we are seeing as travel agents, we have multiple bookings for Greece. In fact, we have clients, I think, going to Greece or starting their embarkation this week.
Yeah.
I have a group for today. And what we are getting is, if you booked after a certain date, I believe it's September 2024, at least for Celebrity. Every cruise line's a little different, but at least for Celebrity, if you booked on or after September 2024, you're already good. the new fees were already included, and what will happen instead is if you don't get off in one of those ports, they will actually refund you those fees to your onboard account by the end of the cruise. So it's really cool. It's kind of seamless in that regard if you booked after September, for Celebrity at least. For anyone that booked before, that is where the change is happening, where then you will be charged if you get off the ship. The fees are not much. It's worth it. You're going to Greece, go.
Yes.
No matter what the fee is, go.
I mean,
do
we're
not
talking
want
like
anybody to not get off the ship because it's $30.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're saying like 30 euros. If that's what it is.
Per passenger, but do it. Do it. Do not. I mean, yes. I almost said a Monopoly reference, but it didn't make sense. So it's like collect $200 in Prescott, but that's like actually spend $200 and still go.
Epic Games TV is here. Hello, Epic Games. Morning. You can disregard our quote. We booked on Disney Magic for Alaska. Amazing.
Very nice.
That Disney to Alaska is always a great option.
Always.
Crystal B. Cruise, and speaking of MSC, any MSC cruises to add to your hundreds?
Ooh, yes. So if you don't know, we haven't actually sailed MSC, but we've booked plenty for Yacht Club and regular, mostly Yacht Club though, because people love the Yacht Club. We don't have it planned, but we are talking about it. We did originally have World America planned.
We had World America planned, and then we canceled it because we could not make it. And then we had in the works a World America 2.0 plan.
Yes.
And then we had to cancel that.
Well, we didn't even book
We didn't even book it.
Planned.
We just were planning. Yeah. We were like, you know what? We can go on MSC and try it out this particular week, and then now we can't.
It was going to be too much. It was like we could have done it. It would have
been too much.
It would have wrecked us.
It would have wrecked us. Yes. So Jane says MSC group cruise. I said this to someone else the other day. We have to get on MSC before we can do a group cruise with MSC, because we got to really know what we're getting ourselves into.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne. I love that super sticker.
Thank you so much,
Joanne. We appreciate that super sticker. And if you're new, you probably already got it, but we do our super stickers in person. So if you do send us a super sticker, we'll reenact it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Joanne. That was really sweet. The Wu-Tang Life. Have you visited Celebration Key? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Ooh.
We have not.
But we have thoughts.
We have thoughts. Well, we have thoughts. I mean, it looks awesome. I saw someone's video today of the swing bar, which I didn't even know was there. Did you know
I knew it, yeah.
I hadn't seen. I probably knew it at some point, but I hadn't seen
it.
Yeah. It looked really cool. It looks awesome. I hope Carnival can make some course corrections, because right now I don't think it's as competitive with Coco Key with how they're doing food and beverage service on the islands. I think that should change.
Yeah, different from Crystal, Carnival is nickel and diming every single one of their passengers going to Celebration Key.
Yeah.
And that is unfortunate, because you should be paying that in your cruise fare. Now, on the other side of things, there are a lot of people that pay literally nothing to go on Carnival. And sometimes that's a casino comp that they didn't actually do much to get, but they got it, which is fine.
Sometimes it's a Groupon.
Sometimes it's a Groupon. Like I first went on my first Carnival cruise.
You know.
But that's what I was going to say, is like it's hard to come for Carnival fully, because Carnival and Royal are furthering the distance of what they are. They're not competitive anymore as much as they used to be. And the main reason for that is Carnival is kind of maintaining that budget cruise line space and more competitive with Margaritaville at Sea. Royal is coming in, not premium market, but almost like a premium family cruise line.
Royal has gotten much more expensive, especially with their newer ships.
Not necessarily that every single ship is up to par with that status, but their newer ships are. Their newer ships really are living up to this, I don't know, a new standard for Royal, which is honestly exciting, but I think the cost is coming with it, and people are starting to realize that Coco Key is better than I think a lot of people, they take it for granted, I should say.
Yeah.
That Coco Key, having it included with drink packages, having the food included, having the snack shack where you can get those delicious chicken sandwiches or special chicken sandwiches with mozzarella sticks, that Caesar salad, like all of that being included. If that goes away, then people will have a problem. But I think it's going to be more like Carnival might have to make some changes.
Yeah, I think people have been a little upset about that. But the island looks beautiful. It looks like they did a great job.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
spaces that they've created on the island, the different zones, is that what they're calling them? I think zones. Look awesome. So we will get there. We will go there. We had no time this summer.
Yeah.
Our schedule from now until next May is a lot. So we were doing so
I'm
much.
excited for it. This is just the start.
We're supposed to be slowing down and we're speeding up. So question from Janine. Have we ever sailed with Poignant?
No.
We have not. We would love to, but we have not. They're ones that we have not done.
We have not, no.
Lake Cubit says, didn't realize this is alive. Wait, you can get a cruise on Groupon? I don't know if you can
Not
anymore.
It was back in my first time of a cruise. So
We're talking 2017 probably. So like
something like that.
Yeah, so like 8 years ago. Yes,
It was a 3-nighter. It was nothing much.
We paid pennies to go on board, and then we got food poisoning, and then there was like a revolt on the ship with the passengers. It was we have a podcast episode about it that we've released a long time ago for Patreon, and so we tell all on that podcast.
Yeah.
But yes, you could once upon a time get a cruise on Groupon.
We could at one point, yeah.
Cynthia says, do you think it's because Celebration is not an actual private island, but is a part of Freeport?
Possibly.
Maybe.
I don't think so, to be honest. But I think if that is the excuse, it's the excuse. Like if that's what's being said, I think they've stayed away from it. And I think more than anything, they're showing with their change in rewards change to rewards program from loyalty program to rewards, that people aren't spending a lot to go on Carnival, and for them to start getting some of the goods back, they need to start spending money.
I am surprised that Carnival didn't take one of their islands already, because they have Half Moon Key, they have Princess Key. They have these islands already that they could have just totally flipped, and I'm surprised they didn't. I'm sure there's reasons for that, and honestly, there might even be environmental reasons for that.
They don't have any of those programs already there, right? Like
I know, but Royal Caribbean Coco was an island just like those islands.
I'm saying drinks program and stuff like that doesn't work there either.
Does it not work on Half Moon?
I don't think so. Correct us if we're wrong. We haven't been to Half Moon for a while.
We haven't been to Half Moon for a long time.
But I don't believe it works for the Carnival drink package. I don't think it did for Holland either, but we did. Did we go there with Holland? I think we might have, but we didn't.
We didn't get off the ship because we were filming that day. Florida Cruisers, hello. Happy 100. Thank you so much. Epic Games says, my son really enjoyed Royal. We found quantum fun, lots to do when we did Hawaii. Yes, the Ovation class, or Quantum class, excuse me, is a great class of ship. Grace is here, happy 100th. We're a little tardy to the party. No worries.
We're still going.
Havoc Stays Lit says, hey guys, it's Jimmy and Claudine.
Hi.
Question, why is the food standard / menus different on different ships under the Celebrity umbrella?
Ooh, the different food standards / menus.
So if you're talking edge class versus non-edge class, there's definitely a difference in menus. There's food that you can get on the edge class that you can't get on the other ships.
And those are mainly the main dining room restaurants. There's not many specialty restaurants that tie in from all the cruise ships. But for example, Murano is usually the same. Murano everywhere. Eden's the same. Eden everywhere. That kind of thing. Sometimes they do change their menu, and maybe you have just gotten off one ship and they change the menu for the next time you get on a ship.
Or different parts of the world. Definitely, we see menu changes. When we were on the Silhouette in the Baltic versus being on that ship in the Caribbean, different menus.
Well, it's like different ways of presenting the menu. For example, out of the UK, we noticed with Celebrity that they had these additional side dishes, and one of them was like a potato, what was it? Roasted
buttered
potatoes. Like they had extra side dishes. Those aren't available from a U.S. sailing or most European sailings. It's just UK. And like you said, similarly in Europe, they might change some stuff up because they're in Europe.
When it comes to standards, you will always find food to be a little bit different from ship to ship on all cruise lines.
Unfortunately.
That's true for all cruise lines. That's true for Celebrity. It's true for Holland America. It's true for Royal Caribbean. Every cruise line, you know, we've cruised some of these cruise lines a ton.
Yeah.
And especially, I feel like on Royal, I've seen it a lot where it's like, oh, I love this particular dish. And then we go on a ship and I'm like, that didn't taste the same.
Sometimes it's not even the same like main meat or ingredient. You know, you're like, wait a second.
I
thought this was supposed to be a sea bass, but it's a cod. You know, like one of those things.
It all depends on who's running the kitchen and who's running the show.
It's all human based, right? We're all humans, so we all do things a little bit differently, even if we all have the same recipe.
Yes. Let's see here. Crystal is here. Hello.
Crystal.
You guys should take a bunch of 100 pics. Either make 100 with your hands or with items. Be creative.
Oh,
that sounds like a project.
Jordan's like, I want to celebrate without work.
No, that sounds amazing. That sounds so cool.
That does sound good.
And I have thought, I've thought about, because we've got like now 200. We keep all of our cruise cards, so now we have 200 cruise cards. I thought about like, what could we do like from an artistic perspective with that?
That would be fun.
My parents have done a lot of the square pictures. You've probably seen. You can get those printed, and they'll do that for a whole trip, and they'll like fill a section of the wall. And I was like, that would be fun to like get like a square for every single trip that we've been on.
Ooh, it would be fun to do one photo from every cruise we've done.
That's what I'm saying, but it's just something that
is a project.
It's a project, and I think that could be something that could be a reality someday.
That would be fun.
Not now, and not in the next 12 months, because of looking ahead.
Well, maybe we
literally 12.
Maybe we should put it on for our 100th subscriber. Like, not 100,000. Like, try to get something together for 100,000.
That would be fun.
That would give us some time.
Question: do people like going to private islands more than other islands and places? Ooh, what a great question.
I will say, for my response, is it depends on what you're looking for. We love our times in private destinations, but we also love culture. And one thing you don't usually get from a private destination is that culture. They try to bring, for example, in the Bahamas, Bahamian people to those private islands to give you a little culture. It's just not the same. Do it. So I would always rather go on a new destination, new island, new country. I'd rather do that, but they both have their pros, right?
I mean, they're trying to make the private destinations, they're trying to be competitive with big water parks, amusement parks. Yeah. So like the kids, if your kids aren't going to Disney World and they're going to be disappointed that you're going on a cruise, they're trying to make it so that there's something on the cruise or a stop on the cruise that's going to be that replacement of Disney World, if that makes sense. And I think for families, I do think that Coco and Celebration, these private destinations, I absolutely think those cruisers enjoy those destinations more, just because so many clients come back and say, oh my gosh, we had the best day ever at the private island, versus going to Nassau. They might not say that.
I would push it even further. It's not just families. I think it's those celebrating something. So if you're going on as a group, whether it's a family reunion or maybe it's a celebration as a bachelor party or a birthday, it's so much easier to have everyone go in one place. You all can get off at the same destination, go to the same beach or beach club, and not have to worry about getting travel arrangements together for everyone to be at one place at one time, going to this new location that you don't know the environment. It's much easier on a private destination.
Let's see. Is there any one of the cruises that you have taken that you would absolutely do again?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yes, we will always do transatlantics and transpacifics. Those are some of our favorites.
Reposition in general. I think we both have an itch to go back to Greenland and Iceland.
Yes.
We love those destinations, and even though we've been a couple of times to Iceland, we have only been twice technically to Greenland, but same cruise itinerary.
I really want to take another cruise up the northeast of
Canada,
New England and Canada. I loved our New England and Canada cruise.
That was a wonderful cruise. I do too.
It was a sleepy cruise, but it was also a lobster cruise.
It was such a relaxing, easy going, easy pace, good food, good people. beautiful views.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
want
was
to
a good
take
one
I
too.
want to take another one of those. Let's see. From when we went to Half Moon Key a while ago, Half Moon Key is more like their excursion hub with beach access. Yes, that's a great way to
Okay.
put it.
Yeah.
Question from Sam: what do you think of Celebrity Summit? I've been a Millennium and it seems dated, but the Summit seems to have the full update. They are pretty
They
similar.
are very similar, but Summit, I will say, is a little brighter than Millennium. With the renovations and updates, I think Summit matches the Edge class better than Millennium does. Millennium, I think, had the wear and tear that Summit did not. Like being in a hot Japan for so long,
Yeah.
tour at Millennium harder than going to Iceland and Greenland on Summit, or going to the Caribbean or whatever.
We've spent extended times on both ships, and I agree. I think I like
Yeah.
Summit a little bit better.
Yeah.
Summit also did come out after Millennium, not by a lot, but it's a little bit of a younger ship
Yeah.
by this much. But they're very
Very
similar.
similar.
You're not gonna go on Summit, and you're probably not gonna think like, oh, this is really different from Millennium.
Yeah, Summit is the best of that class, in my opinion, for renovations. It's just not that different compared to going on the Edge class.
Question: have you seen what Emma Cruises is doing with cruise cards? Emma is always doing things that are so innovative and so cool. And yes, we have seen what she's doing, and I mean, we cannot ever say enough good about Emma Cruises. We absolutely love her to death, and she is doing all the things in the cruise industry.
It's hard to keep up.
It is hard to keep up with her sometimes, but yes, she's doing such cool things. She's doing such cool things. Any plans for Antarctica? I had the best time. We want to go to Antarctica so bad.
We do, and who knows if it'll be on a cruise where we just sail by, or if it'll be an expedition cruise. But we wanna do it, and we want to do it soon. We had to pass up an opportunity to go about a year ago, a little over a year ago now, and it hurt us so much. But at the same time, it was for a good reason. Why, you ask? Because we were on the world's largest cruise ship instead.
So Icon of the Seas was the first time ever we got invited to a preview for a cruise ship. And Icon of the Seas, y'all know how the hype was, the world's largest cruise ship, and we got invited to the preview, and that was the first time ever. We also got invited to go to Antarctica that exact same week.
Yeah.
We selfishly, we wanted to say, all right, we're not going to go on Icon of the Seas. We're going to Antarctica. From a perspective of YouTube, we knew we could not pass up
Well,
Icon.
also, we wanted to go on Icon, obviously.
Of course we
but
wanted to go on
Antarctica
Icon.
is one of those trips that's like a bucket list trip of a lifetime. We knew we'd be on Icon, and we knew that we'd be able to go on Icon eventually if we
Yes.
didn't go then. But we knew it made sense.
Yes. But yes, someday.
And
yes.
we're so glad we went on Icon. It was definitely the right decision.
PGL says, for me and my family, we'd much rather go explore somewhere new opposed to hanging out at a private island. Let's get some world culture tossed
Yes,
into things.
absolutely.
Yes, we agree. You should do a joint cruise with Emma Cruises.
Emma would have to do a group cruise for us to do that, and she's not going to do one.
I don't think Emma does group cruises. So
Not does. She will not do one.
yes, I think she has said that she doesn't
At
do
least
group cruises.
last time we chatted with her, she is not doing one.
Monica said, oh, and Antarctica should be an expedition cruise. Yes. And I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Monica says, question, on our Greece 2027 group cruise, how difficult will it be for me to find a Mykonos and or Santorini trip for our friends that has not been there yet? Stay tuned. We're working on that.
There are some other options that we are looking at to offer to everybody that's going as a recommended trip to go to Mykonos and Santorini, since we are not going to those highly popular destinations.
Yes. Let's see. Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for joining us. And hi, J&J. This is Joe. Jordan helped my family book a cruise on adventure this season next May. What a great experience. Thank you. Thank you so much,
we're
Joe.
so glad to hear.
Thank you for booking with us. We really appreciate it. Every single person that books their cruise with us, thank you. You are supporting a small business. You're supporting a business that we're trying to grow, and we just so appreciate you. So thank you.
And we always say this because I think it's something that maybe it won't be forever, but it is for right now and has been since we started our travel agency business as well, is that it's just the two of us. Obviously, we have a fantastic host agency. We call her boss, even though she's not, and she always says, "I'm not your boss." We always have that wonderful support system for when we're traveling, and we absolutely cannot have Wi-Fi like the international flight we just did. But in general, it's just us two. And so when you are asking for a cruise quote, asking for expertise on a certain trip itinerary for your upcoming cruise that you've booked with us, we are happy to give it, and it's coming from us. And that's what we pride ourselves in, is being able to give you that expertise as people that actually travel full time around the world. Whatever we know, we want to share it with you, but we want to do it with our clients, not just everybody. It'd be impossible to do it on YouTube for every single tip that we have out there. We know mom and pop shops, different restaurants that we love to eat at, and we don't post that on YouTube, but we do give that to our clients.
Yes. Great follow-up question to this. Headed to Canada and New England on September 4th with Royal Caribbean. Any tips?
Ooh.
Get ready to eat.
Yes.
Definitely eat off the ship. That is would be one of my biggest tips. We had such good food.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you're going to Bar Harbor or Portland or Nova Scotia. I mean, any of the stops, the food, eat lobster.
Lobster.
Eat some lobster. I'm trying to think. We had really good food in Canada. Like we had some traditional Canadian meals that we didn't even know about. But thanks to some of the wonderful people that follow us.
Quebec City, if you're going to go that full route, Quebec City had some unique places to eat that were truly Canadian. Obviously, you can find poutine, and poutine's a favorite for many. If you're not familiar, though, it's delicious and worth trying to find a good one. They're beaver tails. I mean, there's so much good food.
Eat off the ship. It's just be prepared to relax. The cruise I always say that the cruise we took was a sleepy cruise, and that he's like, don't say that because that sounds negative.
It does.
I don't mean it to sound negative. It's just like it was one of those cruises that was so chill in the best way. Like it was
like one that you literally go out on your balcony and watch everything because it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, and the weather
chill.
The weather's typically nice. It's relaxing. You get off, you have a good meal, you come back on, it's leisurely.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's not go.
It is such an easy itinerary too.
It's good for kind of all people. It's not just for one demographic. It's really for anybody.
We thought we expected that it would be that way, but it would be boring. We were not bored. We were like, we were living our best lives, eating lobster and like taking naps.
Lobster.
It was awesome.
Yes.
I was looking at Ponyit for Montreal to Saint Pierre, an island belonging to France off the coast of Newfoundland. They also have an Eastern Canadian cruise to Greenland and Iceland. If you can do Greenland and Iceland, highly recommend it.
Just make sure you're prepared. We do have a video out there to prepare you.
Yes. What advice do you have for someone who has a refined palate, a picky eater, but also wants to explore the world?
Oh, that's easy. Find a good cruise line like Crystal that is focused on cuisine. There are cruise lines out there that have a really refined culinary program. That's one of the reasons why we said yes to doing this trip with Crystal and getting familiar with it, because we also love our food. If you are someone that wants to try a premium cruise line first, Celebrity is one that we highly recommend. But if Celebrity is not refined enough for you, if you want higher than that, definitely check out kind of the luxury cruise lines. Sometimes river cruises as well, but you have to make sure you get the right ones. There are some river cruises that are not that refined. They're good, they're solid, but they're not high end. If you want high end, you might need to go luxury.
I think that the biggest surprise from today so far was our lunch at the buffet, which is called the Marketplace here. So many options. I was not expecting that for the size of this. This is a small ship, 50,000 gross tons. I was not expecting a buffet like that.
Like high presentation too.
Yeah.
Like your plate still looks like it's incredibly like crafted by a chef, because it's just beautiful colors, high-end quality ingredients. Crystal is known for their culinary program. If you love seafood, Holland America has Fresh Fish program. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna answer a couple more questions, and then I want to show the
Yeah,
room.
we have to show off the
and
room.
then we got to
This
get
room
going.
is incredible.
So just a cut. We're gonna go through these really
Absolutely.
quick. Do you have a favorite port or excursion in Australia? We have actually not explored Australia like we have New Zealand.
Right. We took a New Zealand cruise. Not
The
an
only
Australian
port
cruise.
we've been to in Australia is Sydney. So that's a hard one to answer.
Yeah. And Sydney is incredible.
Yes. I've always wanted to do an Oceania cruise, but would it be a good cruise line for a solo traveler?
Ooh, good question. So based off of what we are kind of learning about all the luxury lines, the main thing you need to look at is when there are solo promotions, or if that cruise line does supplemental or not. There are some river cruises, believe it or not, that might be a better option that don't offer a supplement. You don't have to pay extra to be going solo, and they even do solo cruises where it's only solos.
I don't know that Oceania does
But
that.
not Oceania. I was saying I think Riviera might be the one that does that one. So if you're open and you want to stay in that kind of luxury bubble, maybe check out. I think Riviera is one of them.
I think they have solo only cruises where it's
Yeah.
all cabins
For Riviera,
are just
yeah.
solos. You can't come on with another person unless they have another cabin.
And if you haven't seen Riviera's product, it is gorgeous.
It is amazing.
So it would be in that. If you want that ocean though, check Oceania on options. You can also reach out to us and we can do that for you. We can look up to see what solo promos are going on right now or when they're expected to. We have people. We can talk.
Our happy place today says, do you have any affordable places to stay in Rome or Naples, Italy? So our go-to place that we send people in Rome is, oh my gosh, now I'm not going to remember the name of it.
Are you talking about hotel?
Yeah.
Oh, Britannia?
Britannia.
Yeah.
Britannia, Rome.
Hotel Britannia.
Hotel Britannia in Rome. That is our go-to place in Rome. It's typically pretty affordable, very nice central location right next to the train station. We've never stayed or helped anyone with a hotel in Naples before.
No, not a
so
hotel in
I
Naples.
don't have a recommendation for that.
I will say with that Hotel Britannia, the big thing is they're really friendly to American tourists, or any tourists for that matter. But like sometimes you get hotels that maybe just. I mean, I'm not saying everyone's like this, but maybe they're just not friendly.
Yeah, that would be a one that we would recommend. Hello, Maple Taffy Global. Thank you so much. Okay, why don't we show the room?
Yeah.
You want to do that next?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna.
No. I'll take it. I'll take the camera.
I got it. You're busy. I get it.
No.
All right. So this is, well, hold on. I'm gonna put it back on me here. So this is a Sapphire suite. So mind you, this is a suite that is on Crystal Cruises, Crystal Symphony. There are 2 ships in the Crystal brand and fleet, and this suite is kind of incredible.
Kind of incredible.
Well, I'm saying it because of oversell and the fact of like what we're experiencing, but you're gonna see it very soon. You have your shoes down there
I know.
too.
I'm cleaning up the area.
We were like ready to get going, and Jordan just kicked off his shoes, so we're just moving it. But let's start off kind of towards the front, right? Don't you think this is a good idea to start
Yes. Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Because this is kind of like when you walk in. All right. So when you walk in, yes, this is amazing. Oh, Jordan's walking through. I don't know what. Well, you can be in picture. So this Sapphire suite is modernized, renovated. This is not how it was, 20 years ago per se. But what we love about this suite is it is, along with the all-inclusive kind of complimentary everything included here on Crystal, meaning that you have a lot of options. If you never want to leave your stateroom, to just order room service or anything you want on this tablet. I'm going to turn it on here. So as you can see, this tablet here has so much. Oh, here, can you?
I think you have to take it off.
I have to take it off, yeah.
Yeah.
Swipe to open. This is actually the first time using it besides when our butler showed us how to do it.
Yep. And
You remember
this
the pen,
is-
right? I probably should have
Yes.
showed that pen.
Yep. Oh.
No. The other way.
Okay. The other way.
There
There we
you
go. We got it.
All right, so as you can see on here, there's a glare. You gotta tilt it. Okay, perfect. There's so much on here from right now. We are looking at dining options. So these are a lot of the different dining places. Some of them, all of them are included, but some of them are more casual. Some of them are less casual and more formal setting. Waterside being that main dining room that you can go to every single night, and then lunches on sea days. This is the one from Nobu. It's Umi Uma by Nobu. And as you can see, there's a sushi bar as well. It's beautiful. We've been in there earlier, just kind of looking around.
These venues are gorgeous.
They're gorgeous venues. And there you can see that is the Italian place. But once again, most of these are included. The vintage room is not included. That is an additional charge because it's like a wine pairing with meal course. It's unique. It's I think $300 per person.
Yeah.
But did you go back? There's like so much. This is all the way down to 24-hour in-room dining is what I was getting at. So you can order breakfast, lunch, or dinner, all included, complimentary. And if it's during the hours when dinner is already being in service for the main dining room, for example, you can actually order from that menu. So as long as it's during those hours, you don't have to just order a room service menu. You can order from the actual dinner
I
menu.
see soups.
Jordan's a soup person, if you didn't notice.
I am.
So that is something cool I just want to show quickly there. But let's show the other really cool thing on the mini bar.
Oh, thank you to Wild About My Life. I'm sending a super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Or super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
We appreciate that super
you.
chat. All right, down to this.
Yes.
All right, so as you can see, this is a mini bar, and we can have our butler fill it with whatever we want. So as you can see, there is water down there, and beer, and wine, and sodas, kind of whatever we want to put in there. So we'll probably have more Diet Coke by tomorrow, just because that's something we like to enjoy. We also have an espresso machine over here on the side.
Did you show the closet?
Nope, not yet. So before we move on, the closet. This is a walk-in closet, a his and his closet, because there's two racks, and I was able to separate it by, mine versus Jordan's. But you have many shelving units as well as 4 drawers down here and shoes, place
Plenty
for
of
shoes.
storage.
So wonderful for that. We got to come over to the main room though, because this main room is incredible. I wish I could zoom out, but it's not really doing
feel
that.
that too.
The full room tour, I think we'll either put with the ship tour or separate. So you can get a full one a little bit later, but you have this dining area. So once again, if you order room service, the butler will actually put it all out for you at this table. So when you wake up and maybe you want breakfast, you kind of get out of your room and you can see the entire breakfast already made for you on that table. Beautiful couch and design and decor, but also very comfortable. I've already been just relaxing. I've been working away with some quotes and stuff earlier today, and that couch was so nice to do it all on.
Oh my gosh, Chris says after seeing all the shoes in the closet, I think we need a packing video. You're not going to get a packing video from us. We bring a lot of bags.
We do. Well, to be fair, we also have to, because Crystal's a little bit different environment than our next cruise, which
Yes,
we haven't
that's
announced
true.
publicly yet, but some of you know if you're on Patreon. Huge screen TV, but it's only the first one because there's a second one in the bedroom. Yes, there is a balcony from the living room all the way to the bedroom. And you have a table as well as nice relaxing chairs.
And you can have dinner set up out there as well.
Yes,
you can have
dinner al fresco style as well. Then you have over here the main bedroom. Now, Jordan did take a nap, so it's a little bit different than what we first came in as.
I apologize.
He remade it, I guess, the bed. But as you can see, there's plenty of outlets on both sides. There's alarm clocks. There's lights galore everywhere. And then, of course, there's this second large flat screen TV. There's lights. Let there be light. And you can see the balcony is right there too. So you really can have a separate view. If Jordan goes to bed and takes a nap and I'm wanting to work, we can have separate places because we have these curtains that can separate the rooms like that. But on top of that, I love this bathroom.
The bathroom is amazing.
I'm telling you, I am so amazed at this bathroom space. Because not only is there his and his sinks that are bigger than any bathroom we have back at home, there's also this entire giant mirror, selfie mirror, hello, and a shower that is to die for. Look at that, literally. Rainfall shower with a nice seat if you want to sit. There's jets out the wall. There's different pressures and different things you can do with it. Huge place for towels, but then also for all the other amenities you may have in here, which I just love. And then, of course, you have your toilet. and a phone, you know, in case you want to call someone. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that's for emergencies.
Also, this is the softest. You're gonna show my unicorn.
I was gonna say
this is the softest, like rug. It is like one of those cushy rugs.
Yeah.
It's just everything in the room. All of the different touches are really impressive.
everything's just very, very plush, luxurious, and I think my favorite part, besides the shower, is the fact that if Jordan's asleep or one of us is in the bedroom still sleeping and the other one's out here working, we can have access to the bathroom without waking the other person up because, yes, it's a full circle. We can literally be anywhere and go to the bathroom at any time. So we love it. This is definitely one of the best cabins we've ever been in, obviously. And we've been in a couple of suites. This is definitely, I think, in my opinion, the best suite we've been in. Maybe, I mean, it's just so comfy.
So here's a good question from Jim. Jim D says, is this a typical stateroom on Crystal or are there standard balcony types? So the lowest level rooms, they have got rooms that are specific for solo cruisers or they sell them for much less. And they would be they'd be your standard normal size stateroom. So it'd be one of these rooms with a bed in it. Those are for solo guests.
Yep.
They have this same suite, but as a ocean view. So 2 rooms, but there's no balcony.
Yeah.
So there's just 2 windows, one in the bedroom, one in here. That is the most typical. They're called Sapphire Ocean View and Sapphire Balcony. Those are the 2 most typical rooms on these ships.
Well, I was going to say there's a lot of different kinds of cabins and staterooms, but this is not the highest end, and this is also not the lowest end, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. This is kind of right in the
Kind
middle.
of right in the middle. I believe the total price for this exact sailing and this exact cabin was around $16,000. So if you're somebody that is like considering this, that is what you should expect to be paying during this type of time, during this season, and this type of itinerary.
Keep
it's
in
different
mind,
for every itinerary.
Yeah, places that are more exotic are going to be more expensive.
Yes.
Places like the Caribbean are going to be less expensive.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a range in price, and that is all inclusive. So that is drink package, Wi-Fi, gratuities. All of that is included. You're not stepping on board and paying lots of extra money.
Right. Obviously, if you want to add excursions or if you want to add spa treatments, those might be additional costs. But in general, a lot of the things that you would be paying extra for a package on a premium cruise line or even a mainstream cruise line, you don't pay for here, as you can see.
Jane asked if the sofa was a pullout, and I believe that it is.
All right.
Because it's definitely moving, like this whole thing kind of folds.
He's making it move, so we think it is. I will say, knowing just on the travel agent space, there are cabins that are meant for more than 1 or 2 occupancies, more than double occupancy, I should say, and maybe this is one of them, but obviously we didn't book this fully on our own, so that's part of the reason why we don't know.
And so again, we're here on a familiarization trip. That's what they're called for travel agents. Yeah. When you do that, you sign up and you don't know anything. So we didn't know the room type, our room number. We didn't know.
It's a little kind of like a guarantee cabin.
Yeah, we didn't know if we were going to be
getting on board just so you can get familiar with the ship. And so whatever you have, you take. And we are very happy with what we got.
Yes, we're very thankful. This is an amazing room.
Yeah.
Super thankful to get to be here, and we are so excited to learn all about Crystal.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a week of crystals, learning about the
can
gems.
I see the time? Oh, we are.
I know, we're late.
We're late.
Monica said, where are we? We're in Athens.
Athens, Greece. All right, so we actually have, like we said, we are working on this trip, meaning that we are learning all about Crystal. And one of our first events to learn more about Crystal as travel agents is in 2 minutes. So
yes, we
have to go, but thank you so much for joining us on this live. Note, tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern time is when we plan to have the very last kind of final full review of our Villa V Odyssey. We plan to post more on Instagram, so follow us at Cruise with JJ regarding our Crystal trip. We're going to post them on Insta stories, so make sure you hit our profile picture, but at Cruise with JJ. If you don't follow us there and keep up to date. That's kind of like our daily vlog.
Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for being here for cruise number 100. Yes, we have to go in 1 minute, so we are going to jump off, but we will see you all soon.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
See ya.